And the Jats came there, lovely. And of course then friction, because silly habits, silly comments started happening. And the Ramli brothers feel that they were getting a fair share of Gurdwara, and they formed down Gurdwara. And I said, fair enough, you can't really blame them. They had to put that name on to keep them out, otherwise they would have gone, that hasn't taken over. So I'm saying in the real world is one day these will disappear. But it only disappear when we all mature and grow up and be proper Sikhs. At the moment, we are a lot more Pakhand than reality. Whether they're Jats, whether they're Ambadiye, or they're Ramdasiye. It's just a name label trying to live on our children. Fair enough, that's what they want. Good luck to them. So now there's a trend that's going that way, and the trend is due to the fact that when our older generation came to UK and they made Gurdwaras, they were all pretty young, in their 40s, 30s. They're all pretty fit as well, and they could sit in their jumpery, not a big problem. And basically, we used to have a wooden floor, and then they thought, oh, get it all up in there. They had carpets then. They put carpets in, and so it was made comfortable. As they aged, their knees became. The joints became sort of croaky, and they sort of couldn't bend their knees and all that. And now some of them can't actually sit at all. My dad can't. He can't. He can't sit on folded legs. So my view on that is maybe we have to mature as well and say, well, if they're at the back of the hall, or there's a glass partition, say outside the hall where they can see everything happening and they can hear everything, and there's some chairs there. Are we really that weak that Sikh is going to be damaged because our elders, because they can't sit properly, are sitting there? I don't think so. Sikh is much stronger than that.
As long as elders are not
as long as it's elders, not some people just trying to pretend they're elders, or they're taking advantage of the situation. It's there for the disabled. And let's face it, isn't it time we made some facility for them as well? Because one day we might become disabled. Then what? What are we going to do then? So I think it's about time we woke up and said, hey, yeah, there is this situation that's going to arise. People are going to be disabled, people are going to be old age. We need to provide some sort of facility for them. As long as the majority of Sangat don't sit on chairs or benches, I don't have a problem with that. As long as there's a reason for them sitting there. Not just because, they've got a habit. If they can sit on the floor, they should do. Well, again, this has been going on for what now? Since Jihad Singh passed this motion at the Kaltag, the Mata, that chairs are going to be out of the langar or tables. This has been going on from that day, and many Gurdwaras have sort of adjusted their langar halls to just have carpets in there and people sit on the floor. Others have sort of realised the same problem of the oldies again, who can't sit on the floor in the Diwan hall. They definitely can't sit on the floor on the langar hall. So they've provided a few tables for them. So most Gurdwara you'll see now a combination of both, where the majority of Sanghas sit on the floor, on the carpet, on the floor, the strips of carpet. Some of the majority, the oldies, sit on the tables. And I have no problem with that either, because really we are providing a facility for all the good Sikhs, all the Sangat, and unluckily some of them are disabled or old. As long as the majority of the Sangat sit on the floor, I don't see a problem. I mean, many Gurdwaras don't have anything on the floor. They just have tables and chairs, and that's it. They don't really care.
Can you explain the
significance?
That's right.
The simple thing is that Guru Amar Das Ji, when he enforced it near enough, saying if you want Guru's darshan, you must sit in the Pangat, right? Pangat before Sangat. In other words, in them days, Brahmins, the rich, would not sit with the poor. It was sort of pollution. They were polluted to sit with them, the poor and the low caste. It was frowned upon. And Guru said, if you want to come into my darbar, you leave your pollution outside the langar hall. You don't bring it in the langar hall, because in the langar hall you're going to sit with them. And those that refused to sit, they were refused Sikhi altogether. So no, there's no room for you in Sikhi. So it was to show that if you sit equal, right, you are equal. Whereas the understanding was, no way we're going to sit with them. They're low caste. We don't want to go near them. We said, then there's no place for you here. So that's the theory behind it. That's the understanding behind it. Obviously, it was massive in those days, right? Now, basically, we're all equal anyway, right? Work-wise, money-wise, probably a few millionaires, probably a bit different, but education-wise, probably as well. So, but if we destroy that Maryada, right, really saying we are wise in the Guru. I don't think we should say we are wise in the Guru.
Some people, sorry, I was going to say, some people give the sort of idea that, oh, if you're sitting on a table chair, everyone's sitting at the same level anyway.
Well, yeah, they could argue that, but I think there's no doubt the significance of langar has been slightly lowered. You know, it's just a food now, whereas langar is supposed to be blessing from Guru. You know, we lost that sort of attachment to Guru's blessing. And I think if we go back to the Pangat situation, with the Simran going on, with the Sevadar doing Simran, the Sangha doing Simran, and then eating, I think you are bringing back the wonderful environment when it existed in Guru's time, rather than a modernization of the langar and bringing table chairs and complete sort of abandonment of that. I think what you're going to bring is saying, langar is just the food, take it. Yes?
I think there's a difference though. In the Western world, it is an issue, but in India, it's not an issue.
No, because in India it's just accepted fact.
They don't have benches at the back of the Darbar Sahib. They don't have tables and chairs in the langar hall. So I think
the next question would be: do you foresee in the future benches in the Mandir Sahib? Do you think to?
No, because I think what will happen there is.
And they have disabled people in India.
They'll have the situation. They'll have the situation.
They deal with disabled people in India.
I would think they probably have a separate room somewhere, if I was not wrong. I'm sure that if you had the authority to investigate, you will probably find that they'll accommodate people who want to be accommodated. But it wouldn't be known to ordinary people.
I think it's a difference
I mean,
in mentality.
I know the manager of the Darbar, right? If I asked him, I'm sure I get the truth. But I'm not really interested because as far as I'm concerned, the langar Maryada is okay because nobody sits on anywhere. But I'm sure that if somebody was disabled, right, wanted to come, they would find a room for him to come and get in there. I'm sure they would do that. I don't think they would be that heartless that they would say, oh, there's no langar for you whatsoever.
But there's a mentality of with the Darbars, India Guru, I don't think they would ever change or accommodate. The reason there's that benches, there's a change, there's a different mentality.
Yeah.
Like at the Park Avenue Gurdwara, so one Siana's Buzurg, a Chitti Darisi, and he had a hunchback. He was like very, his face is facing the floor. He was that hunchback, which Babaji was a sutti. And I was eating my langar, I was looking at Babaji, and he came with his son. And where you'd expect to sit on the table for someone like that, he sat on the floor, but to sit on the floor, it took him a good 5 minutes. A good 5 minutes, he holy, and I just felt very humbled by that. That the Babaji took such an effort, it took a good 5 minutes, but he refused to sit at the table because whatever. And even if I was in pain, but that's perhaps his submission, that's my little bit, but that's his personal shout.
No, because he realised the power of langar, not just food. That I was saying, we need to go back to it and say, look, this is a blessing from Guru, not just food that our sisters cooked.
Yeah, but that one.
But again, going back to the other, just to add on to that, the power can only come if the sisters who cook the langar or the brothers who cook the langar cook it in a way that is done with love and devotion, not just you know, for God's sake, it's a langar. So limit your talking to the minimum and then do Vaheguru Simran or do some part. Because why? Because you're doing that seva. For what? Who's blessing? You're not doing it because so-and-so invited you. Okay, fair enough, you were invited because somebody's come part. But you said to yourself, hey, you've got a golden opportunity here to see Guru's blessing. So I'm going to try to do it with the best intentions. And you get it. They might not get it. They know the counterpart, they know the seva. Poor guys, all this pen was talking. Like, you suddenly went there, you invited, fair enough. But you took advantage of the situation and you did your seva. You go through it, yes.
Langar. When we go to Gurdwara.